Good morning, Dardine Creek, Tina, Universe Food Tester, Elizabeth, Elisa, Colleen, Tammy, Blue Mermaid, Sarah, Miss Ryder, Opinionated Oma, Faithful One, Debbie, Gazap, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope we are all doing well this morning. Had a little bit of a technical difficulty there for a couple minutes. Tim Flanagan, Mr. Kevin R. Deb goes reading. Good morning. For some reason, it wouldn't let me into the studio. We are streaming from StreamYard this morning. Eyes are blue. Doing well. I've been better. Got a little bit of head congestion, but well, it's that time of the year, right? But besides that, you were born in Rochester, New York. That's cool. I have never been to Rochester, New York. I've been to several other places in New York and New Jersey, but not Rochester. Either will, good morning. Hello, fellow checkers. Good morning, Kathy. How are we doing this morning, sweetheart? Thank you, faithful one. I will be doing better. It's just a little bit of congestion, but besides that, I'm doing well. Got my coffee, and can't complain. I could, but it doesn't really matter, does it? Oh, Deb Goes Reading is up in the Poconos. That's cool. It's really pretty up there during the fall season. I've been there. Universal Food Tester. I live about an hour from Rochester. I live in Buffalo. Sorry about the Bills. The Bills got screwed. Let's see. We have Lynn Benson, Bisbee, Arizona. Good morning, Irish Eyes. Elisa Day. What do we have here? We got lots of snow this morning in Michigan. Well, we had about 2.5 inches of snow here. I mean, that's a little dusting here. But yesterday it got to 46, and it pretty much melted the snow, except for where the sun didn't shine directly on it. But we got Soccer Mom of One. Good morning, sweetheart. Gianna Marie. Good morning. 80s Girl. We have more snow coming this evening in Maine. Blah. You're over it already? Speaking of Maine, Tim is in town. He got here last night, late last night, and I hope to get him on a live stream tonight. I hope so. It all depends on what time we get back tonight. But ladies and gentlemen, today is Tim's birthday. It is his birthday. I don't know if he knows that I know, but it's his birthday today. Won't give up his age, but let's just say that Tim is 50 plus a couple of years. Yeah. Because I've been watching Samuel Little, America's Most Prolific Serial Killer. Yeah. Yeah. No, he is by far the most prolific serial killer that America has ever seen. And just think, he wouldn't have gotten anywhere near the body count he had if the state would have just listened to him and kept him in jail like he wanted. Alan, today's your birthday as well? Say it's your birthday. It's my birthday too. No, well, it's not actually my birthday. My birthday is in June. But happy birthday, Alan. Lisa Day's son turned 18 a week ago. Well, happy birthday to your son, Lisa. Mr. Frosty, you can't just shoot skyhook, can you? Shoot the skyhook. I'm not getting the reference there. So, yeah, Deb, I am a Gemini. Multiple personalities, right? That's what they say a Gemini is. If you believe in all of the astrology. My wife says that I am a very good Gemini. I have the good and I have the bad. And my daughter believes that I've never been a good Gemini, but I mean, my daughter and I, we have kind of a weird relationship. She loves to hate me most days, but she's 22. She's trying to find her way in this world, and she doesn't like the fact that Dad knows, how not to make mistakes, and she's going to want to learn to make mistakes herself. So, let's see. I am soccer mom of one, June 10th. Soccer mom, I am the 19th. All right, Mike, glad you're here, bud. All right, so on the Facebook group, you are in the group twice. 2 times. I was checking this out the other day. So you're in the group once with the profile picture of you and Brandy, and then, one picture, and then you're in the group, the Facebook group, as another time as just you and Brandy. But one profile on Facebook says that you're married to Brandy. It's got profile information, blah, 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 blah. The other time that you're in the group, when you click on it, it just says that you are Mike Brown. I knew you were in the group before you joined us last time, but either way, I just want to let you know you're in the group 2 times. Your better half is only in the group once. So, I guess maybe if you want to stalk her, one is my private group with my family. Okay, but yeah, you're in the group twice, different from the profile picture you're using here. But I just want to let you know in case you didn't know you were in the group twice. Oh, I guess technically, since you're in the group twice, we only have 99 members in the group instead of 100 even. All right, going back up here. Let's see what. Thank you, Karen. Half Rudder, good morning. Mike has 3 adult children. Let them ride it out. Yep. That is true, Mike. That is absolutely true. That's about all I can do. Is at this point, even though I know the right, wrong, and how to stop her from skinning her knees, I guess, as you could say, I have to let her fail for herself, even though I know how to avoid it. She's got to find her own way in this world. Half Rudder, Rockaway, New York, here by the beach, no snow yet. Well, that's a good thing. Mike Stevens, good morning, sir. Mr. Frosty, I can tell everyone I got 401 to shoot the skyhook. Like Akeem Abdul-Jabbar. You can tell everybody that. Jane, good morning, Jane. I hope you are doing well from the land down under. My toes are freezing right now. That's what I'm doing. I'm rubbing my toes. I don't have my slippers. I left them in the bedroom this morning, and I left before my son woke up. He's still sleeping. He crawled into bed with me and my wife last night, and I didn't want to go in there and wake him up. Dari D, I will. Now, should I stay or support your decision and understand completely? Dari, sweetheart, I messaged you back. Removing all the moderators that I did is not a personal issue. I just need the gift now. Okay, Mr. Frosty? I don't know what the GIF is. Is that like, no, that'd be GIF. It's a picture. Just one F. I heard of him. That's awesome. Thank you, Kathy. Yeah, well, I know exactly where they are. I just didn't want to wake him up because I know if I walked in there, I'd see he'd pop his little head up, and he'd look at me and he'd start smiling and he'd say, Dad, Dad. And then it's over right then there because my tiny little heart would melt. And I'd spend the next 10, 15 minutes, giving him sherbets on his belly or something. I love the little guy. Makes me a little, I don't know. I can have the worst day, and everything in my life can go completely wrong. But just seeing him look at me is just like, it makes everything somehow, everything in the world right. I'm sure, we got more than enough mothers and fathers out in the group. You all know what I'm talking about. When they look at you, it's just like, Mr. Frosty, true crime loser. Scott? All right. Go up for reference and then Mr. Frosty. Mr. Frosty, where are you at? You just need a gift now. All right. Jane, you haven't missed anything, sweetheart. You haven't missed anything at all. Excuse me. Karen DW, line 7 years younger. Huh. Is Brandy 7 years younger than you, Mike? Seattle, crime gal. Oh my God. Are you wearing a Seahawks shirt? It's my team, sweetheart. That is my team. Yep. Wearing my Seahawks hoodie. Now, I can't use this for coffee because it does have a crack in the bottom. But look at that coffee mug. Yeah, compared to the coffee mug that I'm drinking out of. That's what I drink out of. That's the one that holds my pens and pencils. We got a lot of Seahawks stuff around here. Oh, Andrew, thank you. Why don't you tell us what your allegiance is to? since you think the Seahawks suck. I mean, you know, when it comes down to it, I mean, Tim, he's from Maine. He's a Patriots fan. I let him, you know, come and stay in my house. Actually, he's a really, yeah, everybody knows he's a really great guy. But, oh, there we go. Kathy loves the Steelers. I like the Steelers. I don't like Ben Roethlisberger, but I like the Steelers. All right. Oh, Andrew, you're a nice guy. I don't care what you think about Tim. I know Tim. I know what kind of a person he is. That's all that matters. Dari D is a Giants baby. That's cool. I think Eli's going to retire, though. Good morning, Quill. Dari D, hi. Yes, I'm ancient. Oh, Mike, did you see that? Oh my God, I watched that on Eric Hernandez. Man, how could you survive with a mother like that? Wow. I was watching that. I watched the same one, you know. But I was like, damn. I thought my mother was a giant piece of excrement. Netflix, yeah. Good morning, Tammy. How are you doing this morning, sweetheart? Can you do a video on Christopher Watts picking the NCAA tournament? Casey, I don't think so. It was a very well. Mike, I don't want to say that it was a very good. There were parts of it that kind of like it felt like it was thrown together, like it was rushed. But Mr. Frosty dies. I think the new one on the ID channel soon. Good morning, Lisa. How are you doing this morning, sweetheart? I'm excited. Monday is coming up. My son from Perth is coming to Sydney to see me for a week. Wow, that's cool, Jane. I can't wait to get a huge hug and cuddles. Yeah. Every I wouldn't say every morning though, but quite a bit. My son will he'll come from his bedroom and he'll jump into bed between me and my wife, and I either get he'll lay his head on my chest, and he'll go back to sleep, or I get the feet right next to my neck. It's a 50-50 chance. Am I either going to cuddle with him, with his head on my chest, or am I going to get his little feet? I love the ID channel, the Forensic Files. I love Forensic Files. That's a good show. No, Gianna, Marie, I'm not watching the Christopher Watts movie. Karen Purnell, good morning. I hope you are doing well. My Mr. Frosty, my thoughts on the Sasquatch. It's a good question. Thank you for the question, Mr. Frosty. Let's see. What do I think about Sasquatch? I'm kind of torn. I believe of all the things out there that, between like the Loch Ness monsters, UFOs, and stuff like that, people that people believe in that may be real. I think there is a higher likelihood that either the Sasquatch is alive, Bigfoot, that Bigfoot is alive and is real, versus all the other theories of things that people believe in. I guess that'd be the best way to put it, because it's like I always think of it like this. For well over 70 years, they believed that there was no way that a deer, a little tiny deer, about not even a third of the size of a normal, white-tailed deer, could survive or live in Vietnam. And then Vietnam veterans would come back and talk about these deer that they saw, these little miniature deer. And everybody was like, yeah, right. You guys are just high on meth. You guys are just stupid. Well, they found that damn deer and it's alive. And at the same time, they also believed that the coelacanth had died off thousands of years before it did. And then they found a very large population of them off the coast of Madagascar. So is Bigfoot Sasquatch real? I believe so. I think there's more than a likelihood that it's real. To answer your question, I know it's kind of a long, drawn out answer, but I want to believe in it. Jane Gilmore, yep, he's 32 and still walks up to me, and I'm talking to anyone, and he just hugs me. Nothing is said. My other two have to run after them to get a hug. Oh, my daughter can be in the same living room as me. And I can't get a hug out of her. I used to live in Santa Cruz, California. There's a Bigfoot museum in Felton. The owner has all sorts of interesting Bigfoot information, sightings, maps, etc. That's cool. That's fairly cool. I've been to one. I can't remember what city it's in, but it was in California. The area it's in, I can't remember what city it's in, but they called it the Death Triangle. It's in the mountains. It's where all those people have disappeared, because they're all going there to harvest marijuana. I can't remember what the name of the town is. There's a certain area there in California where a lot of people have vanished. I can't remember the name of the town now. What would you give Michigan Markle if she were your daughter? Meghan Markle. It's a good question. Cajun Joni. If my daughter was married into the royal family, what advice would I give her? Well, besides good goddamn luck, that's a hard one. Yeah, it's a real hard one. Because Meghan Markle had to know what she was doing when she married into the family. She knew beforehand, just how much of she had to be in the public eye, I guess you could say, and how much of her life would be on display. Nurse Bev, good morning. But to answer your question, what advice would I give my daughter if she was Meghan Markle? Try to find just a little bit of your life that is not in the public eye and hold on to that. Because I mean, it's got to be impossible to to keep even your own personality when every aspect of your life is on display like that. I don't think Prince Harry, where'd it go? Wow, that went by fast. Where'd it go? Nurse Bev's got a pot factory there. That's cool. A missing 17-year-old near me. His body was found dismembered last week. My son came home from school all excited, saying his friends all know where to find all the pictures on the internet. I'm sorry about that, Irish Eyes. That's sad as shit. I'm really sorry about that. Patty Keegan. Hi, I finally woke up on time. Well, I'm glad you're here, Patty. And good morning. Blue Mermaid. We keep running out. I feel bad for med patients. So I don't smoke marijuana. I don't. I got a whole bunch of it in my house, though. Every time I go over to my sister's house and I do another, she's constantly, I mean, her and her husband, ex-husband, the two of them have owned their house for 20 years, 25 years, somewhere in there. So she's constantly, it's always in a state of renovation. And every time I go over there and I help her with another project, like last week, I went over and helped install new laminate floors in the bedroom, hallway, and one bathroom. I mean, I knocked it out in a day. And I get done. He comes up to me and he hands me like these jars of weed and these pre-rolled joints. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Drinks with pot sound like a gift from God. Good morning, Cement Shoes. Yeah, but I don't smoke the stuff. And I'm like, what the hell am I gonna do with this? So I come home and my wife's got a roll top desk, and I take it and I put it inside the top little cubby spot, the drawer thing that comes out. I put it in there, and then I wait for somebody to come by, and then I sound like an idiot. I'm like, hey, whenever someone comes over, like a friend or an acquaintance, I'm like, do you smoke pot? Do you want some? Still here. Good morning. Yeah, half rudder. They definitely were. Is the Kraken a squid or is that an octopus? I'd have to look at the bottle. It's in the house. Yeah, good morning. Dope. Man. I know I have two jars in there full of something called pineapple something. Fox 5 Love. I have acquired a nicotine over the past year. So addicted. Where the hell did it go? Oh, there it is. And here I am in my mid-30s. My lungs hate me. I'm sorry about that, Fox 5 Love. Yeah, I smoke cigarettes myself. Yeah, Mike doesn't smoke it, but the gummies are good, especially if you have insomnia. Oh, that ain't gonna happen, Mr. Frosty. I I've never been a fan of marijuana until, or believed that it could be useful in any method or anything, in life. I was totally brainwashed by, medicinal and medical marijuana until my wife got cancer. And when my wife got cancer and she was going through chemotherapy, and I watched her suffer, and they were putting so many drugs down her, different medications just to get her so she could have an appetite so she could survive the chemotherapy. And the nausea and everything was so horrific. And I watched her just basically waste away. And then people started bringing little baby food jars of marijuana to my wife, and they're like, here, smoke this, do this. I took a completely, I stepped back and I said, you know what? At this point in time in our lives, we have two choices. You can either die, the chemo is going to, end your life, or the cancer is going to get you, or you can smoke this. And it was a complete turn of events in our lives. It actually, it gave her back her appetite. She was able to eat, drink something. All she really wanted in this world back then, I remember it like it was yesterday, was my wife loves sweet tea. I guess if anybody's in the South, you all know what sweet tea is. But real sweet tea. It ain't loaded like with, 90% sugar, 10% water, but it's sweet. And it's good. She loves sweet tea. Real good Southern sweet tea. She really wanted just to have sugar. She wanted sweet tea. She wanted to be able to taste it. She wanted to be able to enjoy a glass of sweet tea. Marijuana gave her back the ability to enjoy it. And she's here today. I don't know if it's a good thing, because she has to put up with me, but she's here. And I wouldn't have my son if it wasn't for it. Yeah, I totally agree with you, Mike. The gummies work. They work for you. My niece, she has really bad vertigo, and they had her on I think 5 different medications for her vertigo and other medical issues on top of that, besides the vertigo. And then she got on the CBD. And that's the problem, man. We've all sat around and we've listened to big pharmacies, big pharmaceutical companies have been telling us, no, that's not it. No, you don't want to listen to that. Weed is bad. It's never going to help anybody. It's terrible. And I've watched it help people with everything from like Mike, you and sleep apnea, and issues with sleep. I've seen it be wonders for people with schizophrenia. I've seen it, do wonders for people who have seizure disorders, chronic pain. Yeah, and it's either that or stay on these 9 different medications for the rest of your life, or you can do this one thing once a day and be good. Good morning, Junior Locke's mom. And I don't care. I don't care if you smoke it, eat it, do whatever you have to do, man. If it helps you, do it. I just think that as a society, we've been lied to for so long by big pharmaceutical companies, who push, 10 different medications at us and say, look, this is the only way you're going to survive. You take this handful of pills. Or you could go over there, buy this thing that grows out of the damn ground, and it's natural, and you can do that once or twice a day and get the same benefits. And here we are, as a society, and when it comes to marijuana, the entire prohibition on marijuana was all started by a racist drug czar who didn't like it because farm workers were smoking it and in their off time, not hurting anybody or doing anything wrong. They just enjoyed it in their off time. So he's like, you know what? We got to make this illegal because big companies couldn't figure out how to make money off it. Never had a person on marijuana be aggressive with you, but at countless drunks challenge fight me while making an arrest. Yeah. What do most people on weed want to do? They want to get a bag of Doritos or Cheetos and chill out and watch TV or something. But it happens, Seattle crime gal. And I take it that you're in some form of law enforcement from your comment there. Thank you very much for your service. I really appreciate it. Good morning, Cece. Yeah. And nor do I hold it against you, Cece. By the way, Cece, I don't know if you followed I know you saw the community tab about me deleting my moderators. So those 9 moderators, I don't know which one did it, but you and Mel were on the block list. And so was my sister. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, this is complete BS. I was like, yeah, there's no way in HE double L or double hockey sticks, as my mother-in-law would say, HE double hockey sticks. That, I know you two wouldn't, well, my sister maybe might have said something. She pops in here every once in a while on live streams, but I don't ever acknowledge it that she's here. Oh yeah. Andrew, how do you pronounce that? Is that Pilola? Pilola? You're a pedophile? Well, there's help for you. Or do you want to talk about pedophiles? I'm not sure which way your comment should be read, Andrew. I read a few times as well something about the pain receptors being less effective by most pain medications. BR Platin. I don't smoke pot, but I don't see anything wrong with it. I trust God more than man. BR, it's a very good point. Very good point, sir. It happens. Yeah, it's true. So I removed everyone except for Karen DW and Peas. The only 2 that I kept. I'll add moderators back, like Dari. You're on the list, short list of moderators to add back, but I want to add them back as I vet each and every moderator. And thank you, Kathy. Well, I've got a list of moderators. I mean, I'm besides Tim, obviously. I have another moderator, Willis, who I've known close to 30 years. I removed him. I removed Willis as a moderator because I don't know who was doing it. I don't know why they would do it. And until I can figure out, who was doing it and why they would do it, that's why I removed everybody. We totally, I know y'all can see the scrolling banner here at the bottom, but we totally, missed out on that. So spree killers and serial killers. Let's try and talk about the topic of the day. Is there a difference between spree killers and serial killers? Now, first off, a spree killer is someone who kills multiple people in a stretched out period of time. They might kill like mom and dad today, and tomorrow they kill sister and brother and Uncle Joe. But they spread out their total kills. A serial killer kills multiple people over a longer course. Family wipeout is an unintentional funny term. It is. If you suffer from mental illness, won't weed make it unpredictable? So I follow a YouTube channel. Her channel is Living Well with Schizophrenia, and she has an episode about her use of marijuana and how it definitely affected her in negative ways, where it brought on paranoia, and it got her to the point where she RuPaul. Sorry, I saw your comment, but it sidetracked me. She talks about how marijuana has definitely affected her in her recovery, in her dealing with the schizophrenia. Can marijuana affect those who have mental health issues? Well, true. It could definitely affect people with mental health issues, but then at the same time, it can also help people. I'm not a doctor. I'm not here to give medical advice. I know how it's helped people with cancer and certain mental health issues, and people with other issues, pain and alike. I know it's been beneficial in a lot of ways for a lot of different issues, medical issues and mental health issues. But I'm sure there are people out there where it's not beneficial. Now, RuPaul, again, I never said that the issue, or it was you or anybody. I don't know. I said, look, what was going on, I had to take everybody in as one. And I'm like, I don't know who is doing this. So I just removed everybody except for Split Peas and Karen DW, because everybody talked about just how great that they, of moderators they are. So I was like, okay, I'll keep these two, and they have a proven track record of what they do. And it's not personal. I don't want you or, Dari to take this personally at all. It's okay. Well, that is true. It probably was RuPaul to some extent because, Yeah, the two of you guys been talking about, duct tape and kidnapping me. And so it probably was RuPaul to some extent. She probably, if she didn't do it firsthand, she probably, knew the person that was going to do it. And that's why all these friends and family members were, blocked so they wouldn't get information about RuPaul putting me in the trunk of her car. You got a good point there, Mike. I didn't think about that. I'm joking. Good morning, Margie Stoltz. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Terry Furman, good morning. I mod for Duty Ron, who better me personally on FaceTime. I don't think I've ever used FaceTime. I'm not entirely sure what it is. I thought, people were talking. Every time someone says FaceTime, I thought it was Facebook, but like a chat thing. Man, it gets weird in YouTube land sometimes. It does, definitely. Fox 5 Love. Half rudder. Better to be careful, Will. There are sickos on YouTube. There definitely are. I mean, y'all just tuned in to watch me. Right? Allison K., good morning. New here. I enjoy your true crime. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. We're kind of all over the topic field this morning. Sorry, phone going off over here. Trying to, Tim's awake. Wants to know if he should make coffee. Should Tim make coffee? Margie, I had very, very few requirements for a YouTube moderator. And what a YouTube moderator for me, different channels, different creators have moderators do certain things, that are different. All I wanted people to do as a moderator was if somebody posted something, racial in the comment section, or homophobic or hateful or bullying or whatever in the comment section of a live stream or in the comment section. I get an awful lot of these people in the comment section on videos. And if they saw it, they can either block that message or person from the actual comment section. So the rest of society doesn't have to see this crap. And that's all I wanted from my moderators. But whoever was doing this, they were not just removing comments, they were blocking actual people. They were, and so my block section for actual, commenters went from, I think, 42 or 40-ish. It went to that to 106. Like that. They were blocking fellow creators. They were blocking my family, my friends. They were blocking all kinds of, people who are in here right now, who are in the comment section, who are enjoying this live chat this morning. They were blocking them and that could not fit. There was no rhyme or reason to it, except for these are people that I get along with, I talk to, and I enjoy, they may not necessarily 100% agree with my views and my take of the world, but they were blocking them for no reason at all. And I don't know which moderator did it. And that was my problem. There's no way to say. You look at at your dashboard and you see all these people. It doesn't say this person was blocked by so and so. This person was blocked, or this comment was removed by so and so. I have no idea. So I just said goodbye to everybody. who was a moderator. I haven't seen her around lately, but Critter was one of my oldest, long-term moderators. I removed her. I removed my friend, who has been I've known pretty much my entire life. Oh, Stephen Powers. When am I golfing next? It's going to be a while, bud, because I got way too much snow on the ground outside. Little Rosie, you're Nicole Kissinger lover, obviously, with your last live, without giving us an opinion. No, actually, I could give two. I don't care about Nicole. I don't know why people think that. Just because I talk about the facts in a case doesn't mean that I support one person or another. That's just who I am. I talk about the facts. I have better things to do with my life than to blow smoke up other people's asses. Sorry about that, but that's how it is. And it doesn't mean that I think that she's innocent or that I support her. No, not at all. And it wasn't a live, it's a video. I don't know, Allison. I really don't know, sweetheart. No, cement shoes. No, it has nothing to do with you personally. It has nothing to do with anybody personally. I just don't know where it was coming from. I don't know if somebody was in the comment section and they were trying to help me out and they didn't realize what they were doing was by removing the comments. They were blocking people. I just don't know. So I just said I have to just remove everybody except for the two. And I was going to remove everybody altogether, but I gave her 5 minutes to think about it. Okay. Yeah. Oh, is Brandy here? Uh-oh, Mike. You're in trouble. No, I'm Dari. I don't think it was you, and whoever was doing it, it was an obvious choice because these people weren't necessarily commenters on my actual lives or my comment section, so they commented somewhere, and it had to be. I don't want to give any names, but there are certain channels, people who I know who have private accounts and they comment here in the streams. From their private accounts. And I mean, first off, it caught me. I was like, okay, why would somebody block Cece and Mel? And then I saw my sister on the list and I'm like, what the hell? And then I scrolled down and I saw these other creators and their personal accounts that I know. And I'm like, there's no way that these people would ever have done or said anything that would, need to be blocked. And then as I scrolled down through the list of people who were blocked, I'm like, these people haven't even been in my chats or my comment section on my videos in an awfully long time. And I'm like, and I totally kind of forgot about those personal accounts, but I remembered the actual names of the accounts, but I don't want to give the names out, but whoever it was blocked them all. And it had to be personal. Yeah, Rudder, it should be up to me. Zender Flowers, you're a smart man. You will figure it out. Don't overlook anyone. And thank you. I appreciate that. But I like people who don't necessarily agree with me. I don't want everybody to be on this side. I want people with differing opinions. You can't learn if you keep everything just this way. If you have a difference of opinion, if you think that these are the differences between us and the facts are different in the way you see it, I want to hear that. I want to see that. Me, Miss Wee Lassie, good morning. Yeah, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I hate Will. Thanks, Mike. I need to hear that, though. And I see a lot of channels out there that they block and they get rid of and they delete comments from people who differ, who think differently. I want to. Maybe I'm the rare breed out there. I want to hear the differences of opinions. People who think this way versus the way that I feel and I think. But maybe that's just me. At the same time, you can't learn unless you take in all sides. Thank you, little Rosie. I appreciate it. As long as if you have a difference of opinion of me than me, in my opinion, and you can talk, and express your opinion in a way that is not belittling or negative towards me as an individual, then I would love to talk with you. And that's just who I am. Yeah. Olivia Burnett. Good morning. Thank you, Dari. I'm still here. You just cannot see me, but I'm still here. Just like the Seahawks. Yeah. Go Hawks. Excuse me. Oi. I'm going to put on my other hat. A whole box full of hats over here. What I need to do is I need to put up my friend's dad made me a kind of like a coat rack, but you can put hats on it. You can put like 40 different hats on it. I need to put that up in here. I got a lot of hats. Couple. Little Rosie, good. Then stop loving likes who have a different opinion than you. I want a like. I'm not sure what the hell you're saying. Yeah. Speaking of swatting, I saw a thing on the news the other day about that came up on Cece's live stream yesterday, and I saw a thing on the news the other day that it happened in, I think, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Two 17-year-old boys were playing on, I want to say it was Red Dawn or Red something Redemption or something like that, and the one kid was beaten by the other kid, and he called in a fake. Mike, I'm getting to this. What is swatting? So the swatting that happened is he called the sheriff's department there and said that the other 17-year-old kid was holding his parents hostage and had 3 loaded guns. And the SWAT team showed up and they, busted down the door. I think it was in Albuquerque. It might have been someplace else, but it was in New Mexico. And now the kid's got like a broken shoulder and stuff like that because they came in, knocked in the door, messed up the house. All because one kid beat the other kid on a video game. My husband is SWAT. It's so dangerous. Well, Seattle crime gal, thank you for your husband's service. I appreciate it. I cannot express just how much I really do appreciate and that law enforcement, the EMTs are. You don't think about them or appreciate them until they're not there. And I don't want to live in a world where we don't have law enforcement. I don't want to live in a world with anarchy. I need and I want to make sure that everyone understands just how much we need to give thanks to those who put their lives on the line. Your husband, if he's SWAT, or yourself, whichever it may be, in law enforcement, you put yourselves in the line of danger every single time, and you never have a guarantee that you're coming home, at the end of the night. In this world that we live in, we need to appreciate and give thanks more to those who put their lives on the line all the time, like that. So thank you to your husband and to yourself for doing that. Okay, little Rosie, I don't know what we disagree about. You can have freedom of speech, but then again, you can't walk into a movie theater and scream fire. You can say it's freedom of speech, but we have laws to stop people from doing stuff like that. You can't do that. You can't say whatever you want. And on the internet may not be the place for you to express your freedom of speech. When it comes to freedom of speech, there are restrictions on what you can say and what you can't say. And online in the comment section of videos or in live streams, did somebody run over your kitten, Andrew? I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you're so negative. What happened? Did you not get a date to the prom? Did someone not love you enough? Mom didn't hold you and kiss you and hug you enough? Well, I'm sorry, Andrew. I'll tell you. You'll tell me what, Andrew? mommy and daddy didn't kiss you and hug you enough. I'm sorry. And I can see how that could definitely negatively affect your life. Yeah. Let's just leave Andrew alone. He obviously has issues that he needs to deal with. Hate is such a powerful thing. Why would you put hate in your heart and in your mind, Andrew? None of us are guaranteed a tomorrow. None of us are guaranteed anything in this world. Doesn't matter how much money you have or how little you have. It can all be gone tomorrow. To hate someone, to take up that part of your mind and your heart, I'm sorry. I've had an absolutely terrible childhood, but I don't hate the people that destroyed my life growing up. I instead decide to use what happened to me for the positive. No, and good morning, Pink Camel. I hope you're doing well this morning. Lisa Rayner, good morning. Who's going to win the Super Bowl? Who is going to win the Super Bowl? Well, I really think that State Farm has backed the two teams that they want to see in the Super Bowl. So it's going to be the Green Bay Packers and the Chiefs. Who's going to win? It's going to be the Chiefs, because the Packers won the first time. So it's the 100th year, and those two teams are going to make the Super Bowl. And unfortunately, it's going to be the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl. So I'm not going to make any of that sweet playoff money. We're just like everybody. I mean, the state of Wisconsin. But Deborah, if you don't like Will, why would you just leave his chat? I don't know. A lot of people who don't like me, and I'm okay with it, Deborah. You think it's going to be the 49ers? I think the 49ers are going to get a taste of what's happened to them, where a blown call is going to change the outcome of the game. Ooh, you got a snow squall? Kansas City Lights, good morning. Good morning, Quill. Yeah, Carol. I'm sure at this point that Cece knows who I am. One of these days, Cece, one of these days, we're going to do one of those collaboration videos that everybody wants us to do. Just like, those collaboration videos that people want to see me do with Scott Reich and Scott over at True Crime Loser, my Schmieda family. Schmieda. Why, Steven? Why? And I'm not kidding. If you haven't had a chance to go over to and check out the content that is over on True Crime Loser, you need to go check out True Crime Loser, along with check out Cece over on Crime and Coffee. I'm not even sure what your name is anymore. Coffee with Cece. I notice you change it every once in a while. Is it Crime with Coffee anymore, or is it Coffee with Cece? I think you removed the crime part from it. So it's just Coffee with Cece. But it doesn't matter. I still love you either way. And check out Scott Reich over there on his channel as well. Good creators. There are a lot of good channels out there. But people definitely want me to do collaborations with you all out there. I'm getting around to it. Maybe soon me and Cece will do, one of these trivia nights. I want to get Linda Kay back on my channel. I had a blast with her. Thank you, Cece. I haven't seen Linda Kay around in a while. I hope she's doing well. I haven't even seen her on your streams, Cece. Has it been coffee with Cece? Yeah, cement shoes. Mike Stevens. I like MS Blanken. Wonderful. Katie? I don't know who that is there, Mike. Yeah, I haven't seen her around. I hope she's doing well. I mean, she is in Minnesota, and they've been nailed pretty good with snow. Excuse me. The coffee didn't go down very well there. Sorry to cough into the microphone like that. Oh, Jesus. My sister lives about 60 miles from Linda. When I was back there for the funeral for my uncle, I actually stopped in the town there, and I was like, I'm looking around. I'm like, how the hell do I get a hold of Linda? It'd be great to actually see her in person. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't have her personal information. I just know her by what her YouTube is. CPR. Okay, Andrew. Welcome back. Now, Jules Freedom. Good morning, Jules Freedom. Yeah. Thank you, Dandy Head. That's a cute dog. Didn't see that before. You don't need to apologize to me, Andrew. You have. Ooh, there's your saucy. Good morning. Discovering the truth is badass. I like discovering the truth. Good channel. Oh, my son is in school. He goes. He only goes 2 days a week, though. He goes Wednesdays and Thursdays. He is in the here. I'm telling you, the school system just loves to screw with people. All right, so they don't have kindergarten anymore. They don't have preschool anymore. It's now early learning. That took place. That did away with preschool, and then they have, instead of kindergarten, it's now advanced pre-K. What was wrong with preschool and kindergarten? Was there something that that we got so confused about in that? But my son goes to early learning, pre-K, preschool. But he goes Wednesdays and Thursdays. And yes, you are absolutely right. He is a little vector. But then again, my wife works in the medical field, and so she brings home enough viruses as well. Dealing with people who are sick all the time. You like True Crime Loser and Scott Reich, half rudder? I totally agree. I love the way that Scott Reich. I have a lot of friends who are in the legal field. A couple of them are sitting district court and superior court judges, and I have family that is in the legal field as well, along with my friends. And I love the way Scott breaks things down to just a simple, easy to understand way. And that's really hard, especially when it comes to the legal field, and trying to explain things to people. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to have to take off for the day. I am going to try later on tonight to get Tim to do a live stream with me. It is his birthday. So me and my wife are taking Tim out for dinner tonight. So it would be most likely after that. So we're probably going to take him to dinner at about 6. We may not be back until about 9-ish. Olivia, good morning, sweetheart. I'm glad you could join us, for a little bit. I hope you were here listening. Chrissy Lee, good morning, sweetheart. I hope you are doing well. But I'm thinking about maybe 9 o'clock if I can, we get back that soon. But everybody, thank you again. Stay safe out there.